Sheila, thanks for being with us. Maybe a little on what compelled you to write this letter and why now?
Well, I think that we have to remind all levels of governments, including municipal, provincial, and federal governments and NGOs of their international obligations to search people that go missing and whose deaths are unaccounted for. So there are two major international conventions that obligate our countries and our states to search for the missing, and I think that they needed to be reminded of that, especially because Canada is seeking a seat back on the UN Human Rights Council, and if they're going to do that, they need to at least make firm commitments. All governments do, to search unmarked graves, graves at former Indian hospitals, but of course also landfills like the ones around Winnipeg that presume to have our loved ones in there.
Now, you say that there has been incremental progress on the federal front. What more needs to be done?
Well, at the very least, we need to see more implementation of the 231 calls to justice of the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls. We need to see firm commitments and partnerships with different levels of governments to start to address the way that searches are done and the fact that searches need to be done, and create more resources and create more opportunities for that to happen. And also make firm commitments to search unmarked graves at residential schools. We know there's a lot of goodwill, we know there's a lot of talk and even hope and lots of talk about reconciliation, but we need to make sure that people and governments especially are held to account to make sure that they do the right thing and do the searches. It shouldn't be just a matter of political will, they should be obligated to do that, and we know that internationally they are obligated to search and repatriate and bring justice for the families.
I guess, Sheila, what are you hoping that the letter accomplishes? Putting pressure, I guess, on governments of all levels?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to discount that they have done some. They have provided some resources. They have fostered a lot of goodwill, but we need to do more. We are talking a lot, and I don't want it to get lost in all of the other information out there, and we know there's lots of things going on around our world that are drawing attention away from the issues, and we need to get back to reminding them again the importance of it, because our families are waiting, our loved ones are waiting, and I also want to acknowledge that this is a bigger problem more than just our missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls and two-spirited plus people. We know that this also affects men and boys, and it's time to start rethinking that and using hashtags like MMIWR, which would cover all of our relatives that are missing and murdered, including children in unmarked graves. So we need to keep reminding people of their obligations and making sure that we see firm commitments to do the searches.
Sheila, we'll have to leave it there, but appreciate you speaking with us about this.
You're welcome. Thank you.